Welcome to my video. I hope you find it helpful and encouraging as I show you how it's never too late to get started on your wealth building journey. I'll show you how with small steps you can turn your finances around in a relatively short time. Note that the sooner you can get started on these steps, the better. If you're feeling left behind or wondering whether it's too late, you're in the right place. I speak from experience as this video is part my journey and part encouragement and a tool for you if you're feeling overwhelmed and you do not know where to start. Unfortunately, the statistics are not very encouraging, as you've probably heard it said that about 45% of households in the US are unable to cover a $1,000 emergency. In the third quarter of 2023, it was reported that the average household debt in the US was over $103,000 per household. In Canada, households owe $1.84 for every dollar they earn. Yes, I've been there, in debt to my eyeballs only a few years ago, and having a background in finance did not save me from digging myself into a hole either. If you are concerned about starting late and only have your employment income, remember you're probably in your prime earning years, so hopefully you have a bigger shovel to work with. If not, no worries, there's still hope. When I started my wealth building journey a little later in life, I found that the key to getting started and making rapid progress was to start by looking at my consumption and expenses, as I had no way of bringing in additional income because of my full-time job plus my family commitments. Like most people, I had one source of income, my job, at the beginning of my wealth journey, so the easiest and only practical way to save was to manage my finances by looking at my spending. Watching my expenses also helped me minimize and eventually eliminate the risk of falling back on debt to make ends meet, a huge stumbling block on any financial journey. To get started, I divided my expenses into fixed and discretionary expenses, or needs and wants, and started making small changes by cutting discretionary expenses. Fixed expenses are things like housing, food, and transportation, while discretionary expenses are things like subscriptions, entertainment, gifts, travel, and vacation. You get the idea. Because fixed expenses are for things we need, my initial focus was on discretionary spending. I reduced and eliminated costs like eating out to once a month, plus on special occasions. Even if I did not have many subscriptions, I still eliminated all the ones that I did not use regularly, including things like Netflix, and only kept my TV subscription plus the internet. Even then, I downgraded my TV package to a slightly cheaper one. The change in my discretionary spending alone brought in savings of about $300 per month, a big win for me. For those who have many subscriptions such as Netflix, Amazon, the gym, entertainment, huge travel budgets, dining out with friends, you'll be surprised at how much savings you can make by cutting down or totally canceling some of these while you're trying to clean up your finances. Instead of a gym membership, consider eating healthier, do more home cooking, and take walks. Go for free exercises with groups. Take advantage of local parks. Simply put in more steps by walking to most of your errands whenever it's feasible and practical. Another key item to look at for a quick win is transportation. According to Statistics Canada, transportation is the second largest household expense. Only housing expenses are higher. The picture is not different in the US. The US Bureau of Labor Statistics says transportation takes up about 17% of household monthly budgets. Reining in these costs early in your financial reorganization will result in immediate savings and will keep you motivated on your journey. Take a critical look at your transportation costs. Do you own a car or cars? How many cars does your household have? Think of the costs that come with each car. Insurance, gas, service and maintenance, car loan payments if you're financing them, and then multiply those costs by the number of cars you have. It can be eye-opening. Is your car leased or bought? If you're leasing, you're probably throwing away money This is just my opinion. Please do not get me in the comments. Because when you buy a car, even with a loan, at the end of the loan, you still have an asset, albeit of a lower value. Are you carrying a car loan? Is your car newer? The average car payment in the US and Canada is about $750 per month. More on this later. Is your car payment large and suffocating you? Consider selling it or getting an older, cheaper one. It could bring in savings of about $300 per month. If Warren Buffett, a billionaire so many times over, drives a 10-year-old car, surely a slightly older car can only be good for your finances or get you on your way to financial freedom. I commute to work, driving about 45 minutes each way, and I've found that negotiating part of my work to be done remotely saves me on gas. However, because my parking at work is a monthly cost, I see no savings there. There's also reduced wear and tear on my car by working from home at least 2 days a week. If you do not commute to work, consider taking public transit if this is feasible based on your household dynamics. Public transit is not only good for the environment, it's good for your wallet too, as it eliminates costs associated with car ownership, such as insurance, big car loan payments, gas, and maintenance. How about carpooling to minimize the wear and tear on your car and expenses such as gas, if this is possible in your area? Back to that car loan I mentioned earlier. After not having a car payment for over 12 years, because I drove my last car to the ground, I drove it for about 14 and a half years. I bought a brand new car in the summer of 2019 because, well, I deserved it. And surprise, surprise, it came with a huge car payment of over $600 per month. But about 4 months into my ownership, something snapped and I got gazelle intense, to quote Dave Ramsey, about it, and I started throwing money at it so that I paid it off by the late spring of 2021. It felt as if I got a pay raise the month after I paid off that car. Then I redirected part of that payment to my tax-sheltered account, an early boost to my investment journey. More on this in future videos. Today, it feels a long way from those days, as I now believe $100,000 is within reach. It's achievable, something I never imagined possible 2 years ago. May I suggest that to avoid burnout, you minimize the risks, and to minimize the risk of failure, you pick just 2, maybe 3 expenses to initially focus on, so that your journey is not overwhelming as a result of drastic changes to your lifestyle. It really is true what they say. The personal finance is not purely a numbers problem, but more a psychological problem. I've found small achievements motivate me to keep moving forward, and I've not allowed any dramatic overnight changes to make me feel overwhelmed. That is why financial strategies, I suppose, like the snowball method for debt payment, are quite popular. If you found this video helpful, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Remember, everyone's journey is different, so try not to compare yourself to others, and do not be hard on yourself. That you're taking steps to change your financial fortune at all is a big win in itself.